What's shaking, guys? Luke Dancy here. Welcome to this week's episode of Unplugged. Got a special guest, Mr. Tom Elderfield, and we're going to hook you up with some free Tom Elderfield magic. You want to win? You can win this right here, the Tom Elderfield at the Table lecture. Absolutely free. All you need to do is drop a like and comment on this video, and you are automatically entered to win. It is that easy. Our winners from last week pick up a free copy of Sandwich Change, and they are YouTube winner is Chico de Coster. And our Facebook winner is Mark Barbary. So congrats to our winners from last week. You guys pick up a free copy of Sandwich Change. All right, guys, let's jump into this week's episode with our guest. Just told you who it is. Here he comes. Tom Elderfield. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I'm good. I just saw July 2017 was when that At the Table lecture was. That's crazy. That's almost 3 years ago.
Where does the time go, my friend? Where does it go?
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But
yeah.
Good times. Still a great lecture. Like I said.
Yeah. You kidding me? And we've got some of your other stuff queued up as well. I've got some of your prior releases. We've got Space Time to show the guys if they haven't seen it. We also have Influx, which is a really fun project as well. So, yeah.
This whoever this guy that's creating these tricks sounds like a really cool guy.
Hell yeah, he is. One of the coolest cats around, man. You kidding me? Yeah, dude. So it's been really fun to watch you evolve over the last bit here. If you guys don't know, Tom Elderfield is one of the most sought after magic consultants in the industry these days. You know, guys that are on doing the stuff on TV and social media. I know you've worked a lot with Julius Dean as well. These are the guys now looking to you to help create a lot of the content that they're doing, and that says a lot, man, about your creativity and all that. You know, you're a big player in that field.
I think I'm just very affordable, to be honest with you. No, but I do enjoy it as well. Yeah.
But the cool thing is, Tom is also not only a magic creator, consultant, but he's also starting to become more and more of a performer. You were just featured in some no smoking ad campaigns floating around the UK. So you're now starting to get in front of the camera too, which is really exciting stuff for you.
Yeah. I'm just trying to help save people's lives. So if you smoke out there, you should watch them, and you'll see not only some really cool tricks with cigarettes, but hopefully you may stop. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, I've just decided that I enjoy going in front of the camera.
You've been doing a great job at it, I must say. Your style is perfect for being in front of the camera, so I'm really glad that you are starting to do more. Is that something that you want to do more of? Is that kind of like where you're transitioning is? You want to be more of that, or
100%? There's nothing. I think like we all love performing. That's why we do magic. I mean, there's a lot of people that I understand that just love the secrets and just love practicing, and they maybe don't enjoy going out to perform to people. But personally, I find people really, really funny. And so I just love performing for them because mainly I just love doing improv stuff and just talking to them. And yes, my bedroom's really messy. I'm really, really sorry about that. This is genuinely my room. But I enjoy more them than I do maybe the magic. I enjoy the magic, love the magic, but I just enjoy not just the reactions, but just meeting new people. And I just find people hilarious. I think we're really funny. I don't wish to brag, but DMC just messaged me. Oh, look at him. What a lovely geezer. Love him.
Wait. So right now, the DMC, I must say, the DMC.
Probably one of genuinely the nicest guys I've ever met. And he taught me how to drink cup of tea properly. We went to we went out for a lovely cup of tea, and it was nice. There was loads of more bits than a standard cup of tea, and he taught me it all. He was great. I love him. He's fantastic. What a great guy he is.
He's got such great style. I'm not surprised he's teaching you the right ways, because he knows a thing or two about. He's classy and he knows his stuff. So yeah.
If you look up class in the dictionary, it just says just look at TMC, and you go, oh yes.
Yeah. Also, guys, if you do have questions for Tom, we're here for about 30 minutes to take these questions. Again, it could be about creating magic. It could be about some of his past releases. It could be about anything, really. Actually, here comes one. Nigel Quinn wants to know Tom's top picks for being on camera. Hair products, question mark.
Hair products. Well, that's a great question. Well, I'll let you know. If you're performing in the wind, I recommend Dax. Okay, this stuff, I'm not even joking. It is the strongest stuff, and it literally makes your scalp hurt, but it stays solid in your hair. You literally have to get washing up liquid to get it out. But genuinely, if you're performing outside, Dax is really good because it's not like the standard like cliche hair products. it is actually very strong in the wind. So if that was a genuine question, that was a very good answer. So
I was gonna say, careful
there
what you
you
guys
go.
ask for. Careful what you guys ask for, because he will share anything. Actually, one of my favorite videos of yours, and I may try to find a way to cue it up here. You put this up on Instagram maybe a year or so ago, where you're in the shower. Yes, Tom Elderfield in the shower,
Yeah.
doing your hair. And what happened? That was, I wish I had it
Oh
queued up,
mate.
but tell him what happened. I'll try to
Oh,
find it.
it's great. Oh, in fact, I'll tell you what. I've literally got the clip on my iPad,
Oh, cool.
and
All
I'll
right,
show. Oh, here we go. Look, I'll show you the clip right now. Here
sweet.
we go. See if we can.
Let me bring it up
See
to
if we
you.
can get.
There you go.
There you go. Watch this. There we go.
It's
Maybe I'll turn the
great.
brightness down so then you can see it better. There we go. How about that? How prepared am I? Ready? We'll turn the volume up nice and loud as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Where's the
this is
music?
this
Where's the
this is how we
music?
do it here. Just got some new Dove shampoo. Trying it out for the first time. Quick hair review.
Dove shampoo.
It's a joke. It's a gag. It's a joke. I thought it was funny. Yeah, oh, that was the funniest thing. I remember having the idea. But in fact, we could talk about magic secrets here. It's magicians, right? We're locked in. We're safe.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anything goes here. Yeah, sure.
So that's actually a lot more interesting than people thought. Because first of all, big up to Ed Hilson who owns the Doves, and I called him up. I was like, "Hey mate, can I get in the shower with your birds?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." Which I was surprised at. So I just drove straight around. I was wearing trunks, by the way. I should point that out. I wasn't like full out. It was all all
Okay.
good.
Good to know.
Uh,
Good to know.
but the cool thing is, of course, doves like we can't because I squirt shampoo into my hand and then put it in my hair. But of course, you can't put shampoo onto doves because that's really bad for them. It's really bad for
Sure.
their feathers. So what that actually was, I had emptied out all the shampoo, and it was like a. Do you know modeling balloons? It was a white modeling balloon that was
Okay.
on the
Yep.
end there. So
Yep.
I was literally just stretching a modeling balloon that made it look like the shampoo, and then when you let go, it shot back into the bottle.
Got it.
So then
Cool.
it's those little things that people don't realise that you have to think about those poor little doves. So it wasn't
Mhm.
actually shampoo. It's a balloon. There you go. There's a little fact for you there.
There
But
we go.
yeah,
A little
that I
behind
went
the
on Lab Bible.
scenes. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
That
telling
was
you all the
such
secrets.
such a smart idea, and that's the thing. You guys should definitely keep up with more of Tom's social media stuff. You've been posting more and more new stuff and older ideas as well. But one of my favorite things you
Yeah.
did recently was the key, and I was just talking to you about it before we the key and the coin. Uh,
Yeah.
Jesus, man, that is so beautiful. The magic is
It,
visual and pops. It's
it's
so good.
it's crazy. At Blackpool, a few people asked me about it, and I actually I brought it along with me because I knew people would ask. And it's a hard thing to say because people go, "Oh, these Instagram
Oh
magicians,
yeah,
they do
sure.
tricks for Instagram." I'm not an Instagram magician. I use Instagram just to put ideas up to get jobs. So I'm not an Instagram magician. But in real life, it looks better. I mean, no one's gonna believe me, but those apart from those who saw it. So ask the people that saw it. I did it a few times at the Nobody Knows stand, and yeah, it's awesome. It looks cool in real life.
So here's a question from me to you before we get into the other questions coming in. Thanks Lizzie for following us there. Um, Tom, as a creator, I've seen this myself, and I didn't mention this to you before we started. I've seen some other people on Instagram in particular trying to imitate that trick. I don't know if you've seen it as well. Other people have tried to put up versions of that. And
Of
I
my
was
key
curious.
trick.
I'm sorry?
Of my key trick.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's why I wanted to ask you this in real time is how do you feel about people, the ideas that you create, people trying to take it and do it without any type of mention, any type of reaching out? Like as a creator, how does that make you feel? And I think your expression just kind of said a lot actually, which is kind of cool.
I've got like a couple of different feelings of it. You know, the classic saying, imitation is the finest form of flattery and
I
all
love
that
it.
jazz. And to be honest, like, if they like the trick, and do you know what, I am all for taking a trick I created and then you doing it yourself and you've made an improvement of your own, like, your own little style on there, maybe make an improvement. I personally don't mind. But here's the thing, I know most creators do mind. So I'm just like,
Yep.
I'm not super bothered because, in fact, this is the thing Rory said to me. If you've got time to complain about it, you're not creative enough to come up with more tricks. Whereas I'm just like I'm always pumping out stuff. So if you're back there, I'm one step ahead anyway. So I'm not too bothered.
Oh yeah.
But one thing I don't agree with is if you take an idea you've seen of mine, made an adaptation of it, and then release it to try and like gain from it. Now I don't agree with that. I don't like that, and it's happened a few times. I'm not a big fan of that. So please, if you like you say like it's my idea, it's like, well, it's actually my idea that you've adapted, which is fine.
Yep.
I'm okay with that, but please keep it to yourself. I don't mind if you do it for yourself, but just don't broadcast my work
Yep.
for
That's
other
fair.
people to do the secrets.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah,
Here's a good
thank you for
question.
liking the work.
I mean, I get it, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it either. So you kind of have to just,
No.
yeah, which kind of sucks. Going back in time a little bit, good question coming in from YouTube. Jack Does Magic says, "What inspired you to start magic and make people happy?" Slash saying basically you succeeded. So what was it that
Oh,
made you even
that's
dive
nice.
into this crazy world of being a magician and creator?
So cliche, but my granddad did it. But he did. He inspired me in a weird way, in the sense that most people said, "Oh, I remember when my granddad showed me a trick." I
Yeah.
don't. Sadly, he died when I was like 5 years old. I don't remember it at all. But he did leave behind like a load of magic, which we found. And that, when my mum told me about it, like I've only heard stories from my parents about what my granddad was like, and so that was sort of like what inspired me, kept me going. But also, to be honest with you, I loved drama at school, and I was a major attention seeker. And so when I was at school as the drama nerd, and I came in and did magic, for some reason you're a slightly cooler nerd, and so then I just kept doing it, because then it got reactions, people kind of liked it, and it's then just that hobby that didn't die out. And I really love arts and crafts, and like trying my own ideas out. Like I'm a big fan of that. And so when I realized I could think up my own things, this isn't just a thing in a book. You realize there's other people that have thought this stuff up. I was like, oh, I want to try and think up this stuff, and just having fun on Instagram. And then I realized through making friends there that you can make a living from it. And then
Yeah.
yeah, it's good fun.
Yep, absolutely. I'm just keeping an eye as well on the chat here. You guys are popping in the questions. This is good stuff. Danny Weiser has a good comment here. He says that Tom created the main routine we had on his and Shin's triage release. So the main routine on triage came from Tom Elderfield. Very cool.
Yeah, I do. Oh my gosh, those were the absolute days. Me and Shin used to like Skype a lot, and then he brought in Danny, and he showed us the gimmick to charge. If you haven't seen that, have a look. It's like an instant restoration of like a playing card that's been cut into four pieces. It's really cool, and basically, yeah, we're just trying to. I don't know, of course, we can't talk about methods of that, but like
Right.
we're trying to work out ways that it is, because it's such a quick visual. We just wanted to make it more of a couple of minute routine, like so that when you're performing, you're just not like rip, restore.
Yeah,
And we
sure.
did, basically the routine was like this really nice transposition and something else. Yeah, it's really nice. It's a really nice, and it's very workable routine to do as well. Very easy to do. So yeah, that was good. But that was, I can't take the credit for that. That was through jamming with Danny and Shin. So yeah.
Tom's thoughts on TikTok for Magic. Nigel Quinn, Facebook, wants to know your thoughts on the old TikTok, kind of the new thing that everyone's jumping into right now. It seems to be the hot thing.
Yeah, fantastic question,
Yeah,
because I've got, of course, a lot of friends that are doing very well on TikTok,
sure.
and I'll be honest. At the start, I was like not bothered about TikTok. I'm like, it's all kids, and I felt like as people's followers were growing too fast for me, that meant those followers aren't worth as much. That was
Okay.
my opinion at the time. At the time, wait, let me finish. It's coming up. And then through talking to Neil Henry, who you actually interviewed literally last week, didn't you?
Yeah, it's
Who
not too
is
long ago. Yeah.
literally a legend on social medias, who also is one of the nicest guys in Magic if you get to meet him. Through talking to him, he makes some fantastic points. Number one, those kids, yes, they are kids, but they're going to grow up, and then they're a major market, and you're like, yep, that's so true. And you could be really smart about how you engage with people on there. For example, I put up my camera trick thing that I did on a phone, and then the kids, like, at the end, I basically make the cameras on the phone vanish, and then I make one big camera appear. And then at the end, I go, my prediction for the iPhone 12, one big camera. It's a joke. But here's the thing, kids don't understand it's a joke. And so they were going, well, actually, the iPhone 12
Oh
will have
God.
four cameras. But then you can be really smart with engagement. And I was just being friendly and nice, being like, no way, how do you know about this? Asking them a question, to which they respond with, well, my mum told me. I went, where did your mum find out? And by then you have like 10 comments from them, which just ups you in the algorithms of Mr. TikTok there. And
Uh,
so
uh,
I think I'd recommend to you guys, just get on TikTok, own that username. At the moment, I'm not making any new content. It's not taking me any more work. I'm literally just re-uploading my old stuff. But it's just gaining me a new platform, and hopefully a new people that get interested in my style of magic. So,
yes.
so back to the question. I think it was like, what was it? My opinion on TikTok magic.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
use it yourself. In fact, the question may be like, what do you think about the type of magicians that are doing the type of magic they're doing, such as faking stuff and with camera tricks?
Sure.
The thing is, with all of that side of the world, we need to realize that's just a new form of magic. Don't
Mhm.
get offended by it. Like, don't be like offended. We all do different styles. Just accept that as a style. You don't have to do that style. Don't let it affect you. It's a different style. Okay? That's my thing, because I know that's always controversial things talking about social media magic and stuff like that.
No, I mean, I think it falls
Yeah.
into the same line as when David Blaine popped on the scene with his first Street Magic special, which I think was called Street Magic. You know, a lot of the traditional magi were like,
Mm.
"Are you serious? This guy's doing tricks from a store that he bought, and he's doing them on the street." And like, it was a new
Mm.
style of magic, so of course it's going to ruffle some feathers and make people go, "What the hell is this?" You know?
Is
So,
that anything that's new that's doing well will offend, like, and it'd be annoying. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like Julius Steve when I first saw him on social media, because I was like, how's he doing well at this? But then I got to know him and I hated him more. I'm joking. And then I got to understand, actually he's just ahead of the game. He's realizing he understands these kids
yeah,
just want quick, in your face. They want to see funny reactions. They want to see a cool trick, and then they want to carry on scrolling and be happy. Just add that little bit of happiness into their life, because that's all he's doing at the end of the day. He's just entertaining people. And us as magicians should stop taking it so seriously. And in fact, as DMC taught me, too many magicians are looking left and right at everyone else. Just focus on yourself. If you don't want to do social media magic, don't do it. Just let them do their thing. They're not harming you. It's all good. And those that think that social media magic is harming you, I think you're wrong. Let's just say that.
well said.
Uh,
I love that quote though about stop looking left and right, just look at yourself. I mean, that
yeah,
freaking
that's
word
DMC's. And the moment he said
gold.
that to me, I was like, oh my gosh, you're so right.
That's
And
gold.
yeah, changes your game. Yeah.
Yeah. It is a changing landscape with magic and everything. And there's a good question from YouTube. It kind of goes along with the way things are changing, because obviously you're creating new content for other people and obviously for yourself too. Gaming or what from YouTube would like to know, where do you get your ideas from? So when it comes to the creative side of things, where are you getting your ideas from? And I'll actually add on to that when you're done. Are you changing the way that you're getting your ideas now because of the way that magic's being processed or being viewed? You know.
Okay. Oh, okay. 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 So we'll start off with, where do I get my ideas
Sure.
from?
Sure.
I think, like, one of the hardest things to do is, if you say to someone, create a trick, you go, right. And it's the hardest thing in the world. What the easiest ways I've thought about getting ideas is like narrowing yourself down. So, first of all, if we're thinking about TV magic, right, let's think about the environment we're in there. If we're thinking about social media magic, what environment are we in there?
Yeah.
If we're thinking about the working close up magic, what environment are we in there? Focus on one object. And I do lectures on this sort of, like, in my lecture, I talk about like different ways to create. And one of the ways is like, just there's some amazing magic in the past. There's nothing wrong with just getting inspired by that and then just modernizing it and trying to make it a bit better with technology that we've got these days. In fact, I can show you a cool trick now. Can I show you a cool
Oh,
trick?
hell yeah, man. Bring it. Yes.
Get ready for a cool trick, guys. It's good. It's been on my Insta already, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the method as well. This is what's cool, and it just shows a way that I sort of came up with the trick. Okay,
Hell yeah.
so don't leave, because I'm going to teach you how it's done as well. So it's totally worth it. So just need to set it up because I totally wasn't ready. Here we go,
I love this guy.
guys. Oh my gosh. Right, okay. So this is the trick. It's actually going to be quite hard in this environment, but I'll show you anyway. So this is Domino's Pizza, by the way. It's a very famous pizza brand here in the UK. Do you like pineapple on pizza?
Oh, that's all right. Yeah.
You don't? You don't? Okay. Well, don't worry. We could just take the pineapple off the pizza.
Nice.
It's a small box, massive pizza.
Wow.
It's a real massive pizza, massive pineapple. But the method for this is even cooler, because basically I was inspired by the bowling ball from Suitcase. And basically that's all I've done. I've just done the bowling ball Suitcase. I've got a pizza printed. This is stretchy material. And so it's the exact same effect, as it were, but just modernized. Just taking a pineapple and that fits in there. Oh, mate. Oh, mate, it's jokes. I love it. I love it. Look at it. In it goes. Let's see. That's it.
Yes.
So it's the exact same method, but just like changing the object. And that's a great way to be creative, by the way. Just change the object and make it more you. And that was more me. rather than a bowling ball from suitcase. So that's how I sort of come up with ideas in a way. If that helped, maybe I just wanted to show you guys something really cool. I don't know if that answered the
Can I
question at
ask
all.
you something too? I don't know if I saw this for sure. Did you actually add a little bit of fake cheese hanging from the bottom of the pineapple to sell it? Because it looked like there was.
Oh no, that's part of the design. But I'll tell you one thing.
Okay, I
I've
thought
got
it was
this. This
cheese.
this was this was like I literally looked up on Google tights like material that gets printed, and that's what this is. So I printed that design, and this is like 2 layers of box. But this is actually a real pizza crust, by the way. I ordered a pizza, and then that's solid. That's solid dried up pizza.
Oh my
So
god, that's so
that's cool, isn't
smart,
it?
dude. And I liked what you said. It's taking something that exists and making it. You're putting it into context in a brand new way, which makes it your own. Brilliant,
Yeah, and I
brilliant.
felt like that just worked perfectly because then instead of having that hole in the circular hole that the bowling ball normally goes in, oh, I shouldn't really talk about that, but that is you can show the inside really cleanly because you can see the pizza, but you don't realize it's not a real pizza. It's yeah, I really like that. Just I think it gives a good example of where your mind should go to when you want to try and create a trick.
It's funny too because you fooled me at first because I was thinking, damn, did he like order a pizza tonight so that he could like do this, or are you gonna have pizza after this? I didn't even put two and two together that it wasn't even a real pizza. So bravo, sir. Bravo.
There you go. See,
Wow, that's awesome, dude. And second of all, I guess to follow up with the how to create stuff, which I love your answer. Has it changed because of the way that people are watching and enjoying Magic now? Has that changed at all over the years or whatever?
it has a bit. One of the things I'd say is, and it's because of my generation, and I'm really sorry, and younger generations below me, is that our attention spans are horrendous. If you just watch a young person on their Instagram or TikTok, you see the speed they're scrolling through. Like, you'll be like, how did you even take in that image? Like,
Yeah.
they don't. We just scroll, and it's so hard to grab their attention. So a lot of times when it comes to creating tricks, especially for social media, it's very much a bang there. And so they go, you just want to grab them and stop them. And in fact, the ones that are doing well on social media, they're the ones that are doing that. What I think the reason those magicians may not like the style of social media magicians is because they add less context to it, add less performance. But at the end of the day, that's what you need to do for social media. You just need to hit them with those hard visuals. So I guess my creativity has changed in that sense, like
Sure.
realizing that you have to try and grab them quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to play the game, you got to play it the way that people are, the way they're playing it themselves. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
actually, I've got a couple of things queued up from you. One of these, or both of them, but one of these in particular is perfect for the Instagram slash YouTube slash Facebook generation. I'm talking about space time, which
Oh,
kind of speaks for
genuinely
itself.
one of my favorite tricks.
I'm
Oh,
going to show this a bit of the trailer, and you can kind of talk over it here if people haven't seen this. If I'm not mistaken, this was one of the first, and I don't want to ruin what the trick is, one of the first tricks with this type of plot, this type of method that hit the market. And then, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of people started doing these after yours came out. Isn't that the way that this happened?
yeah. I mean, there was okay. So the moving hole, I originally saw many Lindenfields one, which was incredible, and that's what inspired this trick. But then there have been the method of this trick has been further explored since this, and also it had been previously explored only a tiny bit. Funny enough, with another Murphy's product, but I don't want to say what it is because I feel like it will give away the method. But this is genuinely one of my favorite things, just because it instantly reset itself, and it was like the easiest thing, but the visual was so good. And admittedly, I look very different in the trailer. That's because it's not me. But yeah, like it just funny enough, it came through jamming with my friend Oliver Smith, who is a very hidden name in Magic, not many people know. And yeah, just I feel like this method, like you say, it has been a lot more further explored
Yeah.
since this, and since yeah, I don't want to talk about other tricks just in case people start to connect dots, you know.
Sure.
But yeah, it's one of my favorite. In fact, I always end my lectures on this trick just because it's got everything. It's got the visuals, it's got the interaction of the spectator, it's got the magic happening in their hands. Because at the end, you see the hole move around on the card. You then make it vanish, and it appears on the card that they assigned at the start in between their hands. And so it sort of like has that kind of double cross moment where the magic happens within their hands. It leaves them with an impossible souvenir. And it's super easy. And that's what I try to do with all my gimmicks. I try to make them as easy to do as possible because I'd rather focus on my performance than be thinking about slight moves, which may make me lazy. I don't know, but I just enjoy performing rather than being worried about messing up a move. You know?
No, that's more than fair, dude. I had some people asking. Mark Wybrow wanted to know what's the name of the trick. That was Space Time. That was called Space Time. And the good news is, for you guys wondering, this does come in blue or red. So the gimmick's pre-made. You can choose the color, obviously blue or red, that it comes in, which is awesome. So pre-made, well-made, and you can see the visuals kind of speak for themselves. So.
And it instantly resets itself. That's what's great.
Bam.
That's what I love about it.
Win, and win. Checks off all the boxes. Yeah. So that was. Oh, someone else is saying the pineapple was funny. Gonzalini over on YouTube's digging on the whole pineapple from the pizza box. That is so smart, so good.
It's a real pineapple as well. Real pineapple.
And if you guys missed it, you have to rewatch this. Tom showed a great piece of magic with a pineapple and a pizza, and it's awesome. Yeah.
And I teach you as well. I teach you a trick. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Teach you a weird trick that you probably won't do, but hopefully you may watch it and then think of your own adaptation along the thought.
That's what I was thinking actually when you were saying that. Was it's not just about the trick itself. You were pretty much sharing a secret when it comes to creating your own magic, which a lot of people are looking for those little tidbits, those little things.
So it's a tip that I've given so many magicians on social media, but they don't take it because they're too lazy a lot of the time. But for example, do you remember that trick, the vanishing statue of Liberty? Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, that's one of Masuda's things, right? Yeah.
It's a fantastic trick. Yeah. Fantastic. The visuals are real, and in fact, I think I saw pretty much every social media magician do that. And I would literally go up to people and I'd say, "Mate, you're from London, right? Why does that have to be such a Liberty? Why you literally now you've bought it, and you've learned the method, make it the London Eye or make it literally any other statue, and you can think beyond statues and make it anything. You can make an advert." And they would go, yeah. And then next week I'll see them vanishing the Statue of Liberty, and I'm like, brilliant, fantastic, great job there, great. I mean, it's just so funny. Like it doesn't take too much. I think a lot of magicians put themselves down without properly believing in themselves that they can actually very easily become so unique to themselves. Like literally just make it about you rather than about the trick that you've bought. And it's, it just takes a little bit of extra time and a bit of thought. But
yep, you're right, man. But as you said, a lot of magicians are just lazy or they don't want to listen, So
yeah.
Mark Wybrow wanted to know how much Space Time is. It's actually only $25, which I think is in this day and age, that's a stupid low price, man.
Winner, chicken dinner, and it is super easy, and it's one of the most performable tricks I've probably put out there, as in for a close-up working magician, in the sense that it's the easiest to reset as you go around because it does instantly reset.
I'm also pulling up. What's that?
Also got 100% on the Wizard product review. Don't wish to brag much, but thank you, Wizard product review for that. Just putting it out there.
Also has quite the quote. I want to make sure that you get this one. One of the biggest names blowing up, Shin Lim, says this is by far his favorite take on the moving hole concept. So it's got Shin Lim's stamp. So there you go.
And let's be honest here, he's an absolute legend. Do you know what? It's so nice when you see good people do really well, and he genuinely deserves it.
Yes.
And his missus is keeping him in place, which is good. So it hasn't gone to his head. He's actually still ruddy lovely. I love that man so much.
Very, very true. This isn't the Shin Lim show. I already did one of those. But I will say that I did go see Shin Lim's show here in Vegas last week, and everything you just said is 100% true. He is so sweet, so kind, talented as hell, obviously. And I'm proud to say that he now officially lives in Las Vegas. He just got a house out here, and it's actually on my side of town, so I hope to see Shin a lot now. But yeah, it's awesome.
You lucky man. I'm very jealous.
I know.
I'm very jealous.
Yes, and I'm going to see Chris Angel tonight. But whatever. It's just Vegas, whatever.
Very jealous. I've heard so many amazing things about that show. Oh, he's going to Blackpool next year as well.
He is the headliner. Yes, he is. Yeah, Chris Angel's coming to Blackpool. Yeah, pretty awesome.
I'm intrigued to see that. I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, a little bit scared of him, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm sure it'll be okay.
Well, if you end up coming out to Vegas for Magic Live, like you said, I will make sure you get a seat at the Chris Angel show. I'll go with you. We'll have a good time.
Love that. Yeah, love that.
Sweet. But back to Tom Elderfield Magic. There's another one of my projects Someone says it's time for you to move to Vegas. Um, but one of your original, I don't know, was this the very first thing that you put out? Because you look like a baby in it. The freaking
So,
Influx
so
project.
I've got my tricks up here. It was actually the second thing after my project was Shin, where we did Insight. It was that Insight, then Influx, then Space Time, and then Gondek. Do you remember that was Shin?
Oh
And
yeah, of
then
course. Yeah,
some other
yeah,
projects.
yeah.
So, but yeah, this was actually my second. But it was where my proper creativity started. In fact, it was going back to the question when someone said, "How do you create ideas?"
Yep.
The way I made these tricks is I genuinely bought hundreds of packets of gum and I just cut around with them and tried to adapt it in any way I could. And then it ended up being an absolute collection of just loads of chewing gum tricks. But then again, once you learn methods to them, it's exactly the same thing as like these sort of DVDs, which you don't get much of these days, where you get lots of tricks. There's a lot of single release tricks. But
True.
this type of DVD is one of those things where you learn the methods to the tricks, and then they're so easy to adapt into other items if you just put a bit of thought into it.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to
yeah.
bring up part of actually the trailer for Influx. If you want to kind of talk over it, we can also go back in time and see just how young Tom Elderfield was.
That's what I was worried about.
So here
Oh
comes
no.
younger Tom Elderfield. But very, very visual magic with gum on this project. I'll let Tom take over and tell you more
Good.
about it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember this as clear as day. I remember going out. I remember because I was actually 17 when we filmed this,
Wow.
and I remember Murphy's having to call up my parents and be like, "Yep, we'll look after him." That's a great trick. I remember that one as well. That's super. It's a super visual way to smash the gum into back into the pack.
Beautiful.
And yeah, in a bit you'll probably see my face without a beard, and I look very childish. In fact, this trick that you see now with all the color changing gum, I did in my one and only competition I've ever done in Magic at the Young Magicians Club in London. I don't wish to brag, but I kind of won,
Yeah.
so it must be pretty good. In fact, I did that trick, followed by the color changing gum packet, followed by Ultra Gum by Spidey. Do you remember that trick?
Yeah. Oh,
With
yeah.
the call. Oh, what a fantastic trick that is! That's a forgotten gem as well. What a brilliant trick that is. But yeah, so basically loads of tricks with gum, everything from color changes to penetrations to restorations to appearances to vanishes to impossible ways of moving. Oh my gosh, look at all the tricks there. My gosh. But yeah,
Beautiful.
that's a young Tom Elderfield mind there, but with a good collection of any trick you want to do in gum is probably there, apart from Ultra Gum. But there we go. Oh my god! Oh, are you pausing on my face to show off my non-bearded face? Oh my gosh!
Hey
Make
man,
it
I've been there
stop!
too.
Make it stop! And you're just there like, give the fans what they want. Give them the weird young unbearded Tom. Oh gosh!
Oh
People take me
man.
a lot more seriously since growing this thing, especially in meetings, TV meetings. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
before this, I used to be like, guys, we need to do this. And they're like, all right, kid. Now I say it with the beard. Wow, it gets done very quickly. It's
Proper
a magical
gentleman.
thing, a beard.
Proper gentleman.
Exactly.
Luca's got a good question. Are you consulting or performing for now? So Luca wants to kind of know what you're up to most of the time these days, I guess.
So it's a mix. At the moment, I'm consulting, but not really for one magician I'm sort of doing some stuff for. But a lot of the stuff I'm consulting for at the moment is actually for a production company.
Cool.
And we're like making new shows we're making a new show for a cruise liner, but that uses magic. We've got, I can't say what it is, but I'm not going to lie. I'm super proud of this thing that's been made. Basically, it's like, as much as I could say, is they wanted a magic performance on a cruise ship that's outside that involves as many people as possible. And basically, it's a levitation that happens outside among the sea creatures. It's incredible. I'm really proud of it. So that's one thing I'm doing. But I'm also working. We've got there's like theme park places around the UK. I'm working with them at the moment to make certain things more scary, using magic to make things scary. So we've got a few cool things there. But basically, I'm working away from magicians a lot at the moment. That's what I'm consulting on, because consulting isn't just consulting for other magicians. It's amazing how many places need and use magic. And so I'm doing a lot of that at the moment. But there's some things coming up in the future. Just wait for a few contracts to go through.
All right.
But yeah, it's good.
My buddy Mike Miller's here. What's up, Mike? Good to see you, my friend. He says bring Tom to Vegas in 2022. I will say, without giving away too much, I'm helping to put together an event for the SAM convention here in Las Vegas in 2022. I've been tasked to have some of my friends come and join me out here in Vegas. So if you'd be interested, we'd love to have you in Vegas for.
100%. Let me check my diary. Yep, there's nothing on. 2022, I will be there. That was a can of deodorant, by the way, not a diary.
I think it'd be like around January of 20, but we'll catch up after this. But yeah, Mike's hot on you, so obviously I am too. So yes, that'd be great.
Yeah, love the sound of that. Love the
Yeah,
sound
I'll have
of
to
that.
tell you more about it. It's a fun thing we're putting together. Yeah, it'd be cool. Um, yeah. Here's a good question from our Facebook friend Daniel Ricks. He says, "What is one of Tom's favorite effects he's created for Dynamo slash TV slash Instagram or whatever platform? One that feels like his baby. Do you have a favorite or favorites that you've created?
Ooh.
Maybe you're not even able to talk about it, but yeah, it's a good
Well,
question.
that's a great question because there's what is one of my favorites? I've got a few things that have really fooled me. There's one that I when I was in Russia recently lecturing out there, a lot of the magicians seem to talk about one trick that really fooled them, which was from my Instagram from a while ago, and it was like these headphones that could go through anything.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be honest, it's the method with like I did with Oliver Smith again. Oliver Smith, I worked with a lot with headphones and stuff. And I'll be honest, the method is pretty crazy. We were thinking about releasing it at one time, but there's no way you could get the gimmicks made. Like each one took me like pretty much 2 to 3 hours to make, but it's an incredible visual. It's an incredible visual. So I'm proud of that one because it is very fooling, and I don't think many magicians can work it out. Uh, TV wise, there was like a really proud moment I had with Ryan Tricks where we made a version of a tensegrity where he was at a university and he was playing a drinking game. He's like, okay, take out your phone. Here's like, you finish a drink. He's like, take the cup, take a pen. Basically, you have to build the tallest tower on the bottom of the cup. So we made a tensegrity a drinking game. And we said the loser has to down the drink. And so, of course, they did awful. And then he did a really cool balance where, if you know the methods to tensegrity, you know what I'm talking about, like which is like an impossible balance.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I'm really proud of that is because we took the methods to that and put it the other way around, which theoretically shouldn't be possible because if you know what tensegrity normally finishes with at the top there, it can normally, let's just say snap, and I'm not going to say anything else. We
Yeah.
started with that because I found a certain stuff that works really well, and it made it really fooling. I'm really proud of it, and it basically was like cards with a phone, with a pen, with a card on top, and basically we're really proud of it. And Ryan absolutely smashed it in the performance. In fact, if you watch it back, if anyone has seen it, it's called Dirty Tricks. If you watch it back, you see Ryan. The moment he places that last object on, you see him go, like, he's amazed himself that he absolutely smashed it, but he killed it. Ryan was fantastic,
Cool.
actually.
All
Love
right.
that boy.
Cool. Um, you've definitely done a lot of work with a lot of people. Actually, why don't you just ramble through because it is a who's who. Let's be honest. I think it's something that you should shout from the rooftops because you've worked with the best of the best and the guys that are doing some of the biggest things for Magic. Making it more popular for people. Who all have you done work for? Because I think that's worth noting here.
So, it started off. Who did I first like create with? I first created for. Trying to think where it goes back. Like I was doing stuff like off of TV. I started off like pretty much doing social media magic. I remember working with. There's a magician in the UK called Damien, and he brought me on for like a Pizza Express advert because I did an Appearing Pizza back
Oh yeah,
when I was really
Damien
young.
O'Brien, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So we did a Pizza Express advert, and with hidden cameras, he basically held an empty takeaway box and made a pizza appear. I've just realised there's a lot of pizza magic. That has been two pizza tricks. That's a bit weird. So did some stuff with him, and then did some. Basically, I was at school when I was like bunking off school to work on magic shows.
Oh wow.
Troy was my first TV experience, and that's thanks to Mark Kirstein, and he never lets me forget it. But he's a hero as well. And if you haven't seen Mark Kirstein's apps, my gosh, you're missing out on some of the best magic there is to get. His apps are incredible. Look him up at the App Store. Wiki Test, Magic Web Effects. I can list them all. He's amazing. Anyway, and I owe big thanks to him because got me into TV for the first time. And Troy was like the nicest guy in the world. Like he was very supportive. And then I've done like worked off with Ben Handling. I remember we had good times. I don't want to say what we did, but we had good times. He's a legend. Who else? I've done stuff with. I mean, my mind's gone blank, but done stuff with, well, of course, with Sheeran. Adam Trent, he's a good friend as well. What a hero he is. Brian Tricks. Dynamo then picked me up. Good times. who again was one of the nicest people out there. It's always nice when you see nice people do well.
Yep.
And so I worked with him for like up to 3 years. And yeah, or Julius Dean, of course, like social media people, all of them pretty much. Yeah. Uh, is
Yeah.
that enough of a boost of my own ego there?
Right. I mean, it's
Ooh, look
earned.
at me, guys.
It is definitely something that you've earned, and something that you're in demand for a reason, which is why I also wanted you to mention that, because there are people that do stuff, but then there are people that actually put in the work. They put in the time. They quietly do stuff, and then the people start to notice. And that's kind of been your path. Is you have put
Mm,
your head down, you've done the work, and now you're in demand. And I think that's freaking awesome, dude. So yeah.
yeah, I
Um,
mean, good times, good times.
Luca would like to know, actually, from YouTube, do you still do gigs? That's a great question.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
mate. It's one of my main owners. I
Okay.
do a lot of in the UK. We have a lot of bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs.
Okay.
I've actually got a friend called Oliver who literally he pretty much manages all my gigs because I am the worst salesman in the world. Like at gigs, I'm like, thank you very much, and they're like business cards. I went, oh yeah, sorry, here's my business card. Business card. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, I need work. Thank you. So I pretty much get all my work off my friend Ollie. He literally sorts me out. But I do bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, weddings, quite a lot of corporates as well now. They're coming in with little stage shows, and in fact, I'm working on some new stage pieces. That I'm There's a lovely like new venue quite near me with a lovely underground space that's like comedy store esque, and so I'm trying to create some more routines that could go. The classic pack small, play big,
Yep.
but not really tricks I want to release. They're more like just for my. I want to have like my own me tricks that I don't keep putting out there. So I've got some cool routines in that. Funny enough, one of them is with that pie face. Okay, you see the pie face there?
Oh
There
yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
yeah. I was seeing that. Let me get back to your shot. Yeah, I saw it earlier. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there's a pie face. If you don't know what pie face is, it's a game, and I do like a game trick mind reading thing, which is quite good fun. Yeah. So that yeah.
Cool.
So the answer is yes, I
Okay.
do. So although you may see me on Instagram and stuff, I actually can perform in shenanigans, which is the name of a Shenlim DVD. There we go.
That's right. Yeah, too short.
Classics.
Based on the performing question, Corey Van Valen would actually like to know. I don't know if you know Corey. He's been doing some work with Julius as well. Um, Corey says, "Any?"
Corey,
Yeah, you know
he's
Corey.
he's hero. He's
Yeah,
hilarious,
he's cool.
man. Sorry. Say the question. Sorry.
Actually, I do know that you know Corey because you wore his clothes. I remember this. Actually,
Oh my god.
I know this story. The guys don't, but he wanted to know: do you have any ambitions to perform at the castle? Why don't you tell us about how you actually got into the castle the first time? Because that's a great story. I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh man. So we're out in LA
I'm gonna get the
with
picture while you
Julius.
tell the story. By the way.
Oh no. Okay. And we're out there, and basically I was like, oh, I really want to go to the cafe. And Julius's manager wanted to go, and a few other of his clients that he works with, he manages someone from the Vlog Squad, which is like quite a famous YouTube group out there, and they wanted to all go. And so me being a cocky magician, I was like, yeah, mate, I'll get you in. It's fine. It's fine. And they're like, all right, we want to go. I went, brilliant. Shin, can you get us in, please? And then it all got sorted out. And yeah, but then it wasn't until we realized on the day. Oh yeah, and Don Diablo came along as well, who's like a musician. It wasn't until on the day we realized you have to have a suit. And so Corey was like, well, I've got a couple of spare suits. I mean, who carries 3 suits with them when they travel around?
Corey
He's
Van Valen.
he carries 3 suits, and I was there with our friend Lee as well. So Corey was like, "Well, I'm wearing." I think he was like wearing like a nice blue suit, and Lee was like, "Oh, I'm wearing the grey one." And I was like, "Why?" And I was left with this bright red suit. So I'm very grateful, Corey, for the suit because, of course, I needed it to get in. But it was a bright red suit, and I think I pulled it off just about. But yeah, it's totally worth it though.
There it is.
Oh, there it is, there it is. So that's Lee on the left, who's wearing a normal suit. There's Corey, the hero, who saved us with the suits. Then in the middle, that's Matt. And then to the next time is Mike Sheffer, who was Julius's manager, not anymore, but still good friends with him. He's a lovely, lovely man. And then there's me in a bright red suit. But hey, it was brilliant, and everyone in there was really nice, and I love the environment there. I do want to go back there, definitely. I'd love to perform there. Actually, that was the question, and I would 100% perform there.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's kind of like the mecca of magic. I know you guys have the circle the Magic Circle there in the UK, but I guess this is kind of the equivalent here in the States, the Magic Castle. So
Yeah, I don't know if it's because it's in another country, but I prefer the castle as much as I love the circle because that's where I meet up with all my friends and it is a magical location. I think it's like there's something special about only going to the castle once. But yeah, I think the castle's fantastic. I just love the way they do things, the way you have to go in there suited and booted, the way you're not allowed to have photos in there, the way that it's open to the public, so you could just practice your stuff if you, of course, are a part of the academy. But I mean, LA, you guys have got some fantastic magicians over there. And when I was looking around, I was like, my gosh, it's just like a who's who of magicians. It's fantastic. So yeah, love that.
Very cool. All right. I'm just looking through a few more of the comments popping up here. I'll probably let you go here in just another minute. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. How about this is the last one, and then I'll let you go. You got time for one more?
Of course.
One more. All right. This one comes in from Facebook. Our friend Mark. He says, Tom, who is your favorite magician you love to watch or to inspire you? So why don't we kind of break that up into a two-part question then? So watching.
So which
inspiring.
magician do I love to watch? I love, and I could watch him all day. It's Darren Brown. Yeah. He is not only an absolute legend. Again, he's just amazing. Like he's like who I watched when I was really young. Me and my brother. He's fantastic. He's just not only is he a great performer, he just thinks everything out very well. He's fantastic at improv. I've heard some incredible stories about tricks possibly going wrong online, and he could just save it. He doesn't get phased. I think it's fair to say he's not just one of the best showmen in magic. I'd say he's probably one of the best showmen of all time. He's unreal, and in fact, in America, you're so lucky that I think he's spending quite a lot of time over there right now. I think he's trying to break America. Yeah. If you get the chance to see him, I promise you, it'll be one of the best decisions you've ever made. So I could watch Darren Brown for days. That's my answer to favorite one to watch. And who was the other question? Who do I love?
As far as maybe inspiring you, or maybe your work, maybe just inspiring you in general. Yeah.
Magician that inspires me the most, I'd say.
What could be magicians.
Magicians. Yeah. I love looking back at old Paul Harris stuff. I mean, that's like I've got his books there, and if you can open that up to any page, and again, you just see like quirky thinking, and then you could just come up with your own way to play certain ideas. I think his ideas are he's just great. I mean, I know it's kind of a cliche answer, but he's very much my type in the sense that he does gimmicky, weirdy stuff, and I love that. Gaten Bloom as well. I mean, I remember. In fact, Dynamo told me, he literally gave me Gaten Bloom's books and he said, you have to read them. That's like your homework now. And I did it. And I'm glad he did. It's like absolute gold dust in there. And it's those tricks that, I love those tricks that you have to spend hours and hours and hours preparing for like a 5-second moment.
Oh, yeah.
I think I personally get great satisfaction about spending ages for that one moment. And I love that. And yeah, so I'd say those two. There's definitely loads more. Shin, of course, like, you can see a lot of Shin influence in all my work, and it's because he literally was there when I was like just starting creating, and he's just got a great mind. Do what I love. He's got a great mind. He's a great performer, and he's got a knack for just being able to perform stuff like that. I remember there was times on Skype where I'd have a sleight of hand idea move. I'd be like, it'd be interesting if your pinky could go in there and do this sort of flick around, and it would somehow change that card. That would be cool, right? And he'd go, what, like that? Oh yeah, it does look good. You're right, Tom. And I'd be like, that annoys me that you could just do that, but it's incredible. So there we go. Those would be my answers, I'd say.
Yeah, Paul Harris is a name. While you said it seems cliche, it's kind of not these days because he's not the new guy hitting the scene with new tricks, is what I mean. He's not releasing stuff. So honestly, to a lot of the younger generation, they don't really know who Paul Harris is. It's kind of sad.
Because it's from there that you get tensegrity, and that's one of my favorite effects. The idea of that is just fantastic, and in fact, I was literally opening the books the other day, and I opened it up to a page, and there was a trick where you break an apple in two and restore it. I won't say the method because it's not my trick, but it's just the simplicity of it. But then also, you try it and you go, "Oh, it actually works." That's cool. Yeah, you're right. Actually, he doesn't release stuff now. I'm pretty sure he's probably is he retired? He still does magic, right? Surely.
For a hot minute there, he was doing the Paul Harris Presents line of products. It was because I had one. Has
he stopped that now? Because I haven't seen the Paul Harris products in ages.
Yeah,
because he was one who used to put out a lot. He used to put a lot of work into producing the gimmicks, a lot of like harder to make gimmicks, and he would sort that out, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he
Wait, wasn't
actually did one of mine. Yeah,
was Sky Cap with Paul
yeah, I
Harris?
was. Yeah, I was very lucky to be part of that
Fantastic.
umbrella products. Yeah, Skycap.
In fact, in the anti-smoking campaign videos we were talking about before, I did your trick Sky Cap. I sent it to you, didn't I?
Yeah, I remember
Said, of
that.
course,
Yeah, yeah,
instead
yeah.
of using the straw, I used a cigarette, and I
Right.
used some patter that said along the lines of, "I want to give," because it was like a New Year's special. So I said, "I want to give up fizzy drinks. I want you to quit smoking. So let's help each other out here. That makes the cigarette unsmokable, and I'm definitely not drinking that now." That was like along those lines.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a fantastic
that
trick,
makes.
and that's again, yeah, bring back Paul Harris. Come back, mate. We need those well-made gimmicks that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah,
They were like,
yeah. I don't know if it's just hard to get them produced now because they are so intricate, and but they're like toys. If you guys have never played with any Paul Harris Presents products, he has like a criteria where they need to be like almost self-working, examinable before and after, usually, if not after for sure. He has a straight line of criteria that if it doesn't meet that, he don't want it.
yeah.
Very very cool stuff. Um,
It's one of those tricks that all the time when you see the methods, you're happier than
oh yeah,
just the trick as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, love that.
yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Well, Paul, Paul is definitely an inspiration to a lot of people, myself included. But I want to make sure people can keep up with you as well. So I'm gonna let you have the stage here for a moment. If people want to keep up with you on any social media, websites, events you're coming up on, any lectures, conventions, why don't you go ahead and promote the living crap out of yourself right about now?
Okay, so I've got my website. So tomelderfield.com. Okay, so go on there. So if you've ever got consulting that you need doing, I've got literally a consulting page on there, so you can see my past work. You can also get in contact about that. I if I've got Instagram at Tom Elderfield, where I've got some really cool ideas on there. So feel free to go on there and be hopefully inspired. If I'm not posting as much, that's probably because I'm busy. If I'm posting a lot, that means I'm unemployed. So feel free to call me up. I've also started TikTok, which is all good fun. I take that a bit less seriously, but it's good laugh if you like to have a little scroll. And yeah, I mean, where can you see me in future? Uh, I, I'll probably be at a convention. I'm always at Blackpool. I'm always at the session,
Cool.
and I'll probably have some lecture dates coming out soon. I want to start writing a new lecture because I think I've sort of done with this lecture that I've done already. By the way, if you haven't heard of me, which is probably the majority of you, please just check out my At the Table lecture because I share some quirky ideas on there. I try my best to make it as engaging and as fun as possible because I there's nothing I hate more than sitting through a long lecture where someone's there like, and this is the trick. So I try to make sure it's fun. I try to make sure the methods are fun. I try to make sure you learn something interesting. So, yeah, that would be my little plug there.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, Tom Elderfield, I'm gonna let you get out of here, my friend. Thank you for your time. I know it's like hitting 9 p.m. for you on the other side of the pond there, so appreciate you hanging out with us late over there. And I know everyone else is appreciating this. A lot of people are saying thank you and for the great ideas as well. You know, they love your ideas, your thinking. So this has
Thank you guys.
been a lot of
I
fun.
really
So
appreciate it.
we appreciate you, my
And
friend.
thank you so much for having me, Luke. You absolutely smashed these interviews, and I
Thanks.
absolutely really appreciate everything you do for the Magic community.
Ah,
I'll just put that out there as well.
appreciate you, man. Thank
Right,
you.
so
All right. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up. So I will talk to you soon, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate it.
all right, see you, bro.
Wait. All right, my friends, there you go. I'm going to wrap this on up. Thank you so much to Tom Elderfield for his time, answering all of those great questions. If we didn't get to yours, sorry. There's only so much time. But Tom's one of the good guys out there. Definitely keep up with him on any of those platforms, social media-wise, or his website. He really is a great thinker. More importantly, though, like he was talking about people like Shin Lim that are just good people doing good things. It's the same thing with Tom. You can tell. You can see it. So, yeah. See him if you can and check out his work. And if you want to have a chance to win a piece of Tom Elderfield goodness. He was just talking about it, actually. If you want to win this, if you're just joining us, all you need to do is drop a like and comment on this video, and you will have a chance to win this absolutely free. You know what? I've got 2 copies for you, one for Facebook, one for YouTube. So if you want to double it up, go to both. If you're on YouTube, do it there. If you're on Facebook, you know what I'm talking about. Next week, I've got a Las Vegas legend, my friends. I'm super proud to bring you guys the one and only, the Las Vegas card expert, Alan Ackerman, live right here. I am super humbled by that. And I've got another guest popping up here that I'm very thankful for as well. That's a Vegas headliner. You'll find out who that is again soon. All right, so that's it for now. Thank you again to Tom Elderfield and to you guys for hanging out with us. I will catch you guys next time. I might pop on Instagram for a hot minute. So if you guys want to get a little more behind the scenes action, make sure following us over there at Murphy's Magic. All right. That's it for